Hey everyone, it's me again. I know you guys are sick and tired of watching me every week, but bear with me. Humor me, please. Thank you. So, anyways, welcome back. My name is Tanish. I am a third year student at university. I am studying in the UK, but right now I'm at home in India. So, I just wanted to talk about something that is a pretty big part of my lifestyle, but it's something that doesn't naturally fit into my life. I have to make effort to incorporate it. So I've been trying out being vegan for a while, having a whole food plant-based diet. So I've been doing that for the past few months, and when I talk about it with my friends at university, most of the time I hear something like this.
So it must be pretty easy when you go back home, right? Because 90% of people in India are vegetarians, so you don't really have to change anything, right?
No, that's not how it works. That is a misrepresentation almost of what the reality is. There are studies which have shown that the majority of the Indian population actually does consume meat, even if it may not be at a level which is as high as what meat eaters consume in the Western world, for example. But that doesn't mean there's a minority of meat eaters in India. If you look at the vibrant staple diets that are across our country, you will find meat being the primary source of protein in most places. If you go to West Bengal, it's a diet rich in fish and rice as a staple. If you go to North India, there's a lot of chicken and mutton. And if you go down south, there's an amazing and varied and vast number of non-vegetarian preparations which constitute the staple diet. So being vegan in India may sound to be a cakewalk, but it isn't. Here's why. Whenever I go out to eat or I'm shopping for some kind of food or some snacks at the grocery store, what is the first and most prominent ingredient that I find in a vegetarian dish, for instance? It usually tends to be milk or some sort of milk-based product. See, the majority of vegetarian people in India are lacto-vegetarians, which means they do incorporate a lot of dairy, milk products, etc. into their diet. So things like paneer, which is the iconic cottage cheese in India, ghee, milk itself, these are key components of staple diets in India. Paneer forms a critical protein component for many vegetarian dishes. Milk and ghee are used to enhance the flavor of vegetarian dishes. Milk and ghee are key components in every single sweet dish that is popular and prominent in India. So whenever I'm trying to look for food options for myself, it's not really as simple as it seems to be. That being said, it isn't that hard to keep up with it if you're entirely in charge of the meals that you consume. For example, I've come back home, and because of the pandemic, we're not really going out for meals. So as a corollary, you have to kind of make meals for yourself at home. And once you're in the kitchen being responsible for what exactly goes into your food, it's very easy to make sure that all the critical components of your diets, like the fats, proteins, the carbohydrates, they're compensated in your diet without the utilization of any animal products. I've been doing this for a while. My mom's been amazing in the kitchen and helping me out with this, and it's really not that hard, and it's amazing how much variety there is in the Indian cuisine as well, even without the classic dishes which are viewed to be ubiquitously Indian. For example, I'm a Bengali, and in West Bengal, fish is a massive part of our cuisine. It is literally, it would be illogical to comprehend a Bengali kid being vegan, because the ultimate sign of being Bengali is you have to enjoy Mach Bhat, which is fish and rice, and I'm not doing that. So I'm essentially like being a huge disgrace to my family. Sorry, mom, dad, nana, nani, dada, dadi, everyone. Maaf karna. But anyways, so yeah, for us in our culinary culture, fish and rice form massive components. That doesn't mean they're the only things that are there. I've been to my grandmom's place, and the dishes that I tend to find the most delicious tend to be different sorts of veg with the different spices, with the right amount of flavorings, slow roasted or like cooked on a high heat. So even though fish and rice are such a huge part of Bengali cuisine, they're not the only things that are there. I think the vegetarian and plant-based dishes in Bengali cuisine are massively underrated, because I find myself enjoying those the most anyways. Even before I changed my diet, I wasn't necessarily a fan of fish. I do like it, but it's nothing that I go gaga for. But the vegetarian, the shak shobji, aloo dom, begun bhaja, aloo bhaja, everything, those are some of the vastly underrated dishes that are there in the Bengali cuisine, and people don't realize that. And stuff like this, stuff which our grandmothers and their grandmothers before them have been cooking for generations, do not incorporate any dairy or animal product, or they can be tweaked here and there to make sure that they fit in to this requirement. I guess the point that I'm trying to make is, even though it appears to be very hard, once you gain the momentum and once you have control over your kitchen, it is pretty easy. And that's something that I've come to understand. And honestly, I've found my favorites in the vegan dishes that mom makes for me as well. So yeah, even though it might seem daunting, it's not that bad. I guess that's like a lesson that can be extrapolated to anything we do in life, right? If you want to keep up with something that means a lot to you, you have to put in a lot of effort to it. So yeah, that was my brief exposition of what being vegan in India is for me. I know this wasn't a very funny or jokey one, but I wanted to do this for a while because I think people would benefit from a perspective of someone who's been in this experience. I'm sure I would have gained so much clarity if I had known someone who's gone through the experience and who acknowledges that it might be a bit hard, but it's manageable. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you stuck around for this long, leave a like if you did enjoy watching it. If you learned something from it, if you think someone else can learn something from it, please share it with them. Subscribe to keep track of all the videos that I do post, and click the bell icon so that you get notified like that, because of course you're dying to see my videos even if you don't admit it. Anyways, that's it for me this week, and I'll see you guys next time.